You don't know if he just went 3 for 4 or 0 for 4. The same look.
Wait a minute. You just said that he's going to win MVP. So you're acknowledging that your Astros are good. DeRo, we've never been here before.
I mean, I acknowledge that they're good.
I think going into the World Series just the same as they were in the ALCS. I think they're an undeniable favorite in this series.
But Robert's never admitted it before.
No, I think
He's
that they're
not
the
allowed
favorite, but I think that the series goes 6, maybe even 7.
All right, Robert, I want to dive in on Kyle Tucker, too, because this guy plays with 0 heartbeat. He reminds me of my old teammate, J.D. Drew, the most talented guy in the room that you didn't know if he was 4 for 4 or 0 for 4. It didn't matter. Part of me wishes I could have played a little bit like that because I rode the peak and valley of this game way too much. 3 for 4, where are we going to dinner? 0 for 4, honey, cancel everything. I'm hiding under my sheets, okay? And I'm so lucky he's chosen to play for Team USA as well after the World Series, so I'm super pumped about that. Only 2 guys in Houston Astros history have ever hit north of 30 bombs, stole 25-plus bases, knocked in north of 100 runs, him and Jeff Bagwell. And he did it so silently, right? Just immense inside those stars in that lineup. So let's dive in on Kyle Tucker because he had an awesome regular season. And like Robert says, he does it so quietly, but he's so athletic. He adds value in all different ways, plays a hell of a right field as well. So pause this real quick. He's one of the top 15 players in the game when you look at the numbers. Bring up the first board, S-Rod. Look at his stats since 2021. Slugging percentage, yes, please, 12th in the game. OPS plus, 137, tied for 14th. WAR, 11 stolen bases, by the way. So he's playing you Gold Glove defense. He's driving in runs. He's stealing bags. He shows up every day and is probably just a perfect professional. You know exactly what's walking in the door. So I want to dive in because he has struggled a little bit throughout the course of the postseason. But during the regular season, is this a guy that kind of makes pitchers work or goes deep into the count? Not really. Here's a Kyle Wright kind of spinner, middle of the plate. He likes to occasionally ambush guys. He can hit all sorts of pitches. Carlos Carrasco, 0-0, top first, 3-run bomb. Let's make it 4-0. And let's quiet this crowd in Citi Field. So bring up the next board for me real quick. Look at what he does, his swing decisions during the regular season. Zone percentage, zone swing percentage, 80%. You throw it in the zone, he's 4th at pulling the trigger on it. Middle, you leave anything, doesn't matter what count, 6th in the game at pulling the trigger on that as well. And first pitch swing, which I thought was interesting when Nays, researcher to the stars, puts all this stuff together, kind of jumped out at me because he would appear to me kind of the way he carries himself personality-wise, that he'd want to kind of let the at-bat kind of happen. No, he dictates it. 6th in the game at pulling the trigger at 47.1% in 0-0 counts. So what's been going on in the postseason? Well, we're going to dive in. First off, he's run into a buzzsaw. Okay, pause this. We're going to get into the fact as to why Seattle, the Yankees, are elevating heaters on this guy, okay? One thing for me is he hits with a I want you to watch his front arm. It is a bowed front arm, and he is coming from this angle. So there's not much old school thinking of, I'm going to get on top of this baseball, kind of pull my left hand off my ear and drive down and hit the top of the baseball. He is thinking more, I'm going to stay on my backside, and if it's middle down, I'm going to be able to almost scoop it. So I'm sure, guys, we're going to have Jake Peavy come on in a little bit, talk about 2013 Astros and the 2013 Red Sox and the Astros-Phillies World Series. I'm sure he would try and elevate cheese on him and try and beat him to the spot. Just the way this arm works for him, his right arm works. It is not down on the baseball. It is more in this position right here. So you search for where you can shape a pitch to beat him. And that's what you've been seeing a little bit. Plus, he's been coming out of the zone a little bit, kind of a la Jose Altuve. So I wanted to dive in on a few at-bats right here against Aaron Nola. Here we go. He faced him October 3rd. Now, you see him elevating heaters on him. I would expect Aaron to do the same thing in Game 1. I really would. I'm going to try and climb the top of the zone with that four-seam cheese. We broke him down four-seam cheese, change-up, backdoor curveball to the left-handers. That's how he's going to try and get Kyle Tucker out in these situations. You look at it, fastballs have been beating him. But this is the thing for me, the out-of-zone whip percentage right here. He's not a guy during the regular season that comes out of the zone too much. And now, 50% of the time, he's swinging at balls, kind of exactly what Jose Altuve's doing. So he ran into some buzzsaws. Seattle, Kirby was 98 top of the zone. Munoz was 101 top of the zone with a nasty hook. And I think it kind of put him into a tailspin for the Yankee series. So I expect a nice reset right here. You see during the regular season, the heat maps, that's him in the box right there, controlling the better part, middle of the plate. And you see as the postseason's progressed, getting a few pitches that he can absolutely drive, but a lot of people pitching him up in the zone. So I expect him to make the adjustment, but it's something to watch tomorrow night when you see Nola. He kind of wants to do that. 94 top of the zone with his four-seamer, backdoor breaking ball, change-up. We'll see what Kyle Tucker's able to do if he can make the adjustment.
Yeah, it's almost like he has to change his entire swing path to hit high from what you just showed. That's so interesting. We'll see.
I mean, that chase percentage is a pretty startling number.
Nate's just got my ear, though. He makes a good point. Even though the chase percentage is super high, Nola throws 70% strikes. He is second in the entire sport at throwing balls, at throwing first pitch strikes. So be on the lookout. He's aggressive early in the count. I want to see if Nola tries to elevate early in the count.
That's really good stuff, DeRo. Really good stuff.